Alrighty. One more sip of coffee. Delightful. You only had 280 a couple of minutes ago. Just been winning them all. Right, so we just offset those just after the break before starting up the recording again, in case anyone questions it. So we can get it, yeah, as we were talking about, we can get the 4 beacon going. And I think that's everything to the point where we can copy this 8 times. And hopefully, there's no errors. If there is, it'll be quite... No, there is an error. There we go. I think that still actually lines up perfectly. Yeah, it does. That's actually pretty cool. You know, it's a good build when, even in the belt switch over, it still all works out. You know that's a good build. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Blue Origin, Shepherd, 927. Delta 4 Heavy on the 27th as well. That's right, there were two right next to each other. No, that's 14 versus 1. They're not the same time. Or not 30 minutes apart. That was last week, wasn't it? GPS Anteras on the 30th. How many? Oh, sneezed again. How did that happen? That's 8. Okay, so that's the entire build. That's purple's done. Well, the science part. Dad need assistance for a web conference? That's no worries. Although I was wondering what... Oh, I did sort of wonder why there was a long delay, but yeah. Look after that first, definitely. And I shall exterminate the trees. And exterminate more trees. Ooh, 13 million copper. Is this getting modules? It is getting modules. Not the trees. Just burn them while deconstructing them. You know it's serious then. What I want to do to the base of this... Oh, this could get messy. What I wanted to do to the base of this was add the production for modules and furnaces. It's going to get messy though if it's going to have stone and steel going up it. Send no trees be burnt in the coal liquefaction plant? Actually burn trees in coal liquefaction? Last time I did coal liquefaction, I burnt nuclear fuel for coal liquefaction. Because nuclear powered coal liquefaction is where it's at. Alright, off you go. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Yeah, you make the steam in boilers. I make the steam. I made the steam with reactors. So there was none of the oil was used in powering it. It's a good way to piss away nuclear fuel. Get rid of that radar too. Oh, still picking up junk out of my inventory. Never actually using the solid fuel. Repair. How did that get damaged? What did they use? Damaged stuff? Things? Junk? I'm not quite sure. Also, I realise they're not quite done, but where is it? There. Might as well start dumping. Damage the miners in their free time. That means there's too many bots. They have free time. Need to deal with that. How's that bot swarm look now? Still just as bad? Yeah, still just as bad. It's a terrible arrangement. I need to rebuild this at some point. Some point which I don't really want to do. It's like I'm just happily pushing this thing along making steel even though I could be using the actual steel smelter and making like 10 times as much steel as that entire smelting array can do. Speaking of steel smelting, how's it looking? I think it's down to just beacons now. That's got a hole in it. Oh, you're not powered. I think it's got a bit of a substation issue there, by the looks of that. Oh, you haven't lost all your bots? No? Well, hopefully once this is finished sinking resources, the supply train will get down there again. This is why this one is fairly towards the end. I think it's the last one on the supply train's list, and so it gets materials last compared to everything else. Speaking of, I'd say the supply train was just through. Off to bed. Have a nice stream. Alright, have a good one, Terminator. Oh, speaking of, while I think of it, daylight saving starts in a bit over 7 days' time. 7 days plus a few hours. So next week will be the last time. Well, for anyone in AEST, nothing will change. For anyone outside of in Europe or US, I will effectively be starting an hour earlier because our clocks go forward. Therefore, relatively, we go back. I go back an hour relative to the rest of the world. So that's something to watch out for. Next, so starting. Oh, and Slayer as well, because you don't. The Queensland has this thing about curtains fading. In summertime. So yeah, so that's happening in 7 days' time. So it won't affect next week's, but yeah, you're already getting more than enough sun as it is. The problem here is that like the sun's coming up at like 20 past 6 in the morning now. So we do still get somewhat of a benefit from daylight savings. Oh, the train's back. King away nicely. Thing that I wanted to do here was a floopity doop. It's a technical term. A floopity doop is a very technical term. Or a flippity flop. A flippity flop is another classic contraption. So daylight savings was not a thing. So do I. It's funny because daylight savings accounts for quite a few deaths in the world from the sudden change in time. The problem is if you live on the fringes of the poles, or the closer to the poles you get, the more extreme the day and the night gets. Like here, as I say, like the sun's coming up at nearly 6 a.m. In fact, by the time daylight saving starts, the first light, I think, goes before 5 a.m. Kitchen started yelling? Doesn't Jeopardy... Isn't Jeopardy where you're supposed to answer in the form of a question? I never really got Jeopardy. Then again, Jeopardy wasn't really a thing here. I don't remember it really being on TV. Family Feud was, a lot. And then it went away. And then they tried reinventing it, and then I think it's gone again. Oh, it was a running gag. The Queenslanders... That there was a Queenslander that was particularly concerned about daylight savings because the change in the clocks meant that there was more sunlight during the day, meaning that their curtains would fade faster. Yeah, yeah. Daylight savings makes because there's more light, makes the curtains fade faster. I'd have to find the original wording. I can't remember it now. It was so long ago since I saw that last. DLSS? Yeah. Yeah, if the clocks change, then... Poor woman, the curtains will fade faster because of the extra sunlight that you gain from daylight savings. It's a funny at the expense of Queenslanders. Sup, Colonel Niff? Oh, ja, ja, ja. Daylight savings was the idea was to save fuel back in the day. At least that's how I always understood it. It was never better for farmers. Farmers don't care. But when you're burning coal and such, it does make sense. Because we can work around daylight savings now. It's actually an interesting set of documentaries. It was called Victorian Farm, the series Victorian Farm, where a bunch of historians live life for a full year on a Victorian farm, and they have to do everything. And the interesting thing is they have to do everything according to the daylight that they have available. Like the daylight, because they have no lighting. There's no electricity. I think they get electricity later on. Actually, there's another one they did, which is like Edwardian farm. Edwardian farm? Oh, there's another Edwardian one they do. I think they do Edwardian farm as well. Yeah, Victorian farm. There's no lighting other than like gas, like lantern lighting, so everything is done dictated by daylight. You have to make they have to make as much use of the daylight as possible, and that's something we don't have to deal with anymore. I'm playing Eve. I'm trying to remember when events were, because everything was based off GMT and depending on DST, different local time. Oh yeah, cool. Because and DST is different everywhere too. Let's see. So. Needs to be the math as in MAFF, medical. Each plus 0 outputs A. This one can output B. Arizona dropped DST. It seems like people it is slowly being dropped. But adoption is very slow. Hello, train. What I want is that A greater than B, output A. What I'm trying to do is basically make a flippity flop. A 0. Talks around the drop. Talks of dropping it a bit. Yeah, like in the EU, the talks of dropping daylight savings been going on since the dawn of time, pretty much. It feels like. So B is less than A. So floop. Yep, there we go. Let's manage the wiring a little better. There we go. Hang on, what are we at? So A is 64. Oh, these are the wrong way around. There we go. I'm gonna make that red. We're not gonna read. We're just gonna close. So red, read, red. Use colors. Use colors. Oh, I need an alternate case for that. Yeah, the lines just show which one's open and closed. Use outside signals. I use left-hand drive. Oh, speaking of signals and track, I updated the right-hand drive track blueprints as well. There we go. This thing. Maybe I stick this. Ah, there'll do. What we'll do is... Normally I make it cyan. Then we can just say... anything? No? Why did I do that? I'm not using right-hand drive in this one, but so I've got left-hand drive, but I maintain both left-hand, right-hand drive books. So there is a 2-lane left-hand drive on grid, and there's now also the same thing for right-hand drive. So right-hand drive is ready to go now. So it's got the landfill and everything already. I haven't given it a full test, so I need people to test it out for me and make sure all the blueprints are good, all the signaling's good. I keep forgetting. I forgot to mention this before. Yeah. So I need people to test this for me. Make sure all the signals are all good. If anyone's particularly key, if anyone's been using these in the past. Same is true for the 4-lane. So the 4-lane right-hand drive is a thing now too. I think it is missing a few blueprints, and I want to improve this. I wasn't able to figure out a more compact version just yet. The left-hand drive one doesn't work in right-hand drive, unfortunately. So I'm doing this one for now. Yeah, otherwise it's all there, ready to be used. Did I do anything else? I think that was the main thing. I still need to go over overhaul these. This one I'm gonna do book in book because I've got some brick stuff to go with it as well. That one's quite involved. I know what I needed. I know what's missing. Yeah, you go up there and set the signal. This one sets that. It's meant to be green wire here. That's why it wasn't making sense to me. Not meant to be both red wire. And then I can say anything greater than 0. Okay. Oh, because they're both equal. So it's just going to naturally lean on that one. Okay, I got it. It's been a while since I've done a flippity flop though. Realistically, it should actually unlock both of these. Maybe that's what I'll do. Need a train now to correctly test it. I do. Although technically this isn't a flippity flop. To be really pedantic. There we go. Divide by 0. Yep, so that one closes. Divide by 0, and then they both go equal. Add 0. Add 0. It's not a flippity flop. It's just a high. It's just diverts trains to whichever one's bigger. Which also is it's kind of flawed in that sense. It's kind of flawed. Maybe a flippity flop would be better. You know what? I think a flippity flop might be better. Actual flippity flop. Flippity floop. Oh no. Now, because I can't remember how the flippity flop works, I'm just going to pull this out. There's actually quite a lot going on inside the flippity flop. I say quite a lot. I'm pretty sure it is just a. It's the same thing, like A greater than B, output A. It's a literal flippity flop. Red wire. There. Okay, now it should flippity flop. Why are you green now? Oh, right, because reading that. There we go. B greater than or equal. Well, I know, this one I know does work. This one is guaranteed to work. Functionality is guaranteed. Gonna tidy it up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, this thing this thing has existed since before greater than, equal to, and not equal to as it existed. I made that so long ago. Alright, how are we looking? It's slowly building. I did say I wanted to do blue science next. Or military. Blue's interesting because I need to do engines on the back of it. It's interesting how wide this is going to get. Something else I need to do is batteries. I was thinking about building it on a lake to get the water supply into it. A few ideas for that. I was actually wondering about doing a bot sandwich on a lake for batteries. Just as an experiment. Like normally I'd be trying to avoid that, but again, experiment. I mean, we did end up using lab sandwiches. Like, it's just no way around that one. Also need to finish the silos too. At this point, this could probably be split in half. And I could have another lab delivery here. Is the blue train in? The blue train is probably waiting to get in. And I can't really override it. Can't override it. It's gonna be occupado for a while. Now. You're looking. That's actually done. Things actually done. Well, as much as it can, given all things considered. I mean, I could afford to clean out the trees a little bit more. I could also stand to add more circuits. Still going fine, that thing. Even though, like, even that going on. I need to do rocket fuel. I need to stop avoiding doing that. That's still on the to-do list. What's power look like? 16. Alright, let's go back down there. We'll make a start on blue. I want to try and finish science off today. How's the pollution looking? Is it ah, damn it. We're on biotic territory again. You know what I need? I need blue and military. Need this artillery working. When will I build a wall? Probably once I've expanded out to the nearest choke points. It's likely I'm going to, yeah, probably build a wall there, maybe up there, there. I could make a start on it. Defensive walls. I'm going to go down enough to secure the smelting continent. I'll probably find the choke points down there. I'll probably cut that. Depends how much space I need, really. Like, I'm not going to expand any more across there, up there. Would like to push the buyers back out of pollution range. Goal is get your second reactor online and move the first one. Oh, there's a lofty goal. Stares at the however many reactors are here now. What is that? 20 by 8? So 160 reactors. Power goes pretty good. What do I have? Say 5. It's only 6. Oh. 101 of 103. We're at 99% basically. I'm sure it'll be fine. I was thinking of the next row, that brings it up to 20. It's fine. Oh, you're off by a tile. I'm sad now. I'm sad now. It's off by a tile. Reroll map. Ruined forever. Getting fuel at new locations don't have to be the hardest part. Train in water. Holy crap. That's a lot of water. It's funny, in the real world, nuclear reactors usually built on top of rivers and lakes. Or something, or oceans. Because they need so much water. Alright, so blue is, it's 2 by 24. So let's start by having a look at that. Where's my thingy there? I push some buttons, and then we get some Excel. Then I say, okay, so you're 24, you output 2 instead of 3. We say like 200 isn't even enough. 220 is enough. 208 I think isn't enough. That's annoying. 8008. Duck Band Kitten. Hi, cute imposter mojo. Hello. I do good imposter, don't I? That is a fun number. 8008 from 208. What is that? 224 is next. So... Wow. 8. So 28.8. So yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen this before, this is what we do a lot around here. It's a lot of throwing Excel at games, specifically Factorio, because apparently that's my way of entertainment is throwing Excel calculations at games. I do the black hat. You know what else I do? I can stand on my head. Must have played Eve. I actually had never played Eve. Making Factorio even more like work. So what is we find fun? It's funny that because like you look at physicists in real life and like or anybody that's like super focused on a single topic that's like they live it. People in astronomy and astrophysics, like they'll be calculating. You look at like Scott Manley, like lives the stuff. All the time spent calculating launch trajectories and thrust to weight ratios, all that sort of thing. And similar with like astrophysics and all that. You know, astrophysics people, they're living all that stuff. Launch, well, not so much launch trajectories as the space stuff. Analyzing the what is it called? The photos from Jupiter. Cute as the voice predicts. Watching Xen and Pyong. Glad you like. Um, Orbital mechanics. That's yeah, and whatever the Jupiter thing is that gives you the public pictures. Rename some of the DNA names because they keep... Oh yeah, I heard about that. It's a really annoying feature of Excel. Its state conversion, like it aggressively converts, even though if you tell it not to. Has played Factorio? I don't know actually. I've only ever seen him play KSP. He has played some other stuff though. But I don't recall. Totally innocent kitty? Totally. Totally. Definitely innocent. Love to see him play Factorio. It'd be interesting. I've completely lost track of what I was trying to think of before. Alright, 28. So I put 28 back into here. Oh, look out. It's heist time. Inputs 385, outputs 1078. Okay. That's predictably easy. Alright, let's actually do some game stuff again, now that we have some numbers to work with. Because doing game stuff is certainly a lot more interesting than staring at a spreadsheet. Complete the fifth? You complete the fifth. For now. I know nothing. Oh, I got no assembly machines or anything. Alright, why are you not making me assembly machines? Why are you making me assembly machines? You are making me assembly machines because you're not making assembly machines. Alright, train. What are you up to? Better be bringing me assembly machines. There it is. Like it's bringing... I think I saw them. I guess the best thing I could do is tell it to bring more assembly machines. That would work. Almost need a train just to get back over here these days. 30? I'm gonna need a lot more than that. Here it comes. Oh, the next VOD came out. How convenient. The VODs are caught up. VODs live on YouTube. I'm putting this playthrough on YouTube for anyone who hasn't been following along. Hey, there it goes. One day I should do more. I should actually do all the things that I said I was going to do on YouTube. One day. Maybe. Possibly. I mean, I've been saying I've been doing it since 2017. Surely it's going to happen eventually. It did give me assemblers. Did give me assemblers. Apparently I started talking New Zealander. Let's try again. It did give me assemblers. Oh, thanks, bot. It gave me the right one. It did give me them. But it seems to have absorbed them all already. It also occurs to me, so I normally share steel with purple and military, so I actually want military here. I want to change this over to military. I want to change this over to blue. Oh. Then I'm gonna blurp, blurp. So we'll make this one military. Telemary. Blurp. I guess the... Oh, here they come. Here comes the mess. Well, not really. They're not even really trying at this point. Why don't so little bots? Did I lose them on the map somewhere? I have no idea. I actually have 1 out of 50. Oh, did I donate them all to the network? I might have. I did put them all in the Roboport, didn't I? It's usually where I lose bots to. Right, you're going to live over there. So instead, we're going to want military. That was kind of a waste. Military is 2 by 10. With grenades, wall, and piercing. I wonder if we can do all of those underneath. That means we're going to swing back to Excel because, sure, reasons. I need to make... Oh, before that... Razor, how you doing? You are 28 by 8. Make a note of that. No, you're not. You're 28 by 8. Bam. This one is something else. Find out in just a moment. Are you doing good? That's good. I'm doing all right. I finished off the second coffee, so I'm starting to actually feel awake. There's a drip left. Ah, there. There's a drip left. All the better. So you're 2, 10. Wrong 10. 12. 16. Huh, that's easy. Might go for a second one soon. It's 64. White. 96. It's a JD. It's a Mojo Jonk. 80. 88. 88 does it, just. Suppose 88 works. So 11 eighths. Which is not a lot down each hole. And I think it's one of each, isn't it? Two wall. Two wall is 700. I wonder if this slow music's putting me off. I need some faster, more upbeat thinking music. I suppose I can probably get away with 11. Not too hard to add more. Alright. Boop, boop, boop. So many buttons to press on the Stream Deck now. I need a bigger Stream Deck. Never thought I'd actually say that. At least when I bought the stupid thing in the first place. Gotta wait for this train to come back though. Bring me all the things. I want my things and stuff, damn it. Things and stuff and things. Junk and stuff. Crap and junk. What was I doing? I don't know anymore. Oh yeah, I was checking on power. Because it's probably dying. Right, how about I stop ignoring this? Oh, it's 98, never mind. It's gone down. It's fine. It's fine forever. Whee! Yeah. Alright, shall I do both? I'll do both. That's another 8 gigawatts right there. Should be good enough for the rest of time. Probably won't be. Is it doing a any percent or what's the deal? Okay, this is starting to get stupid. Like I'm half a continent away from the other spot. Although does mean I can do that. I know this is blue, which means I can actually build green and the other one. Whatever that is, rocket fuel. That's red. That's green. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure. I wanted to do this. Yeah, I did commit to this stupidity. It's just all of the wide. And then the final one. I mean, at least it means I can say science is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure that's looking a little short right now. I have a feeling it's a little short. Red is so tiny. Red is so tiny. It's so small compared to everything else. So was green, really. Oop, sneezed. Speaking of sneezing, bleh, now I'm vomiting. Vomiting fire. Let me check red. So 5.5, 5, 1.4, 80 is 40,000. 60, 50, 40, 42, 48. So 48. Needs to be 2, 4. Needs to be one longer than what it is. It's telling me. So it needs that. Now it's a full red build. Wasn't before. It actually wasn't before, and now it is. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, it's even compact. I managed to compact down the width because it's so small compared to everything else. So I was gonna do, grab that, plop it somewhere here, somewhere convenient, like about there. Throw that down. Quite easier to copy the one that I already typed out. Go. This could be supply for everything. And here come the bots. T. That's not annoying at all, is it? Have a curvy. We better plug power back into this place. Oh, it's gone down to 12. That's sad. I think that's because it's all unpowered. We'd better plug that back in then, very quickly. There we go. Hey, it's more like it. So that's up and running. Ooh, you need... Does it actually line up? Has to. Yeah, it does. I was just sort of bleh, and then bleh. For some reason I was seeing it all wonky. Seeing all wonky-eyed. plug that in as crappily as possible. Why not? And hope it won't jam or something. Those lights go. Alright. So what I'll probably do is split the network about there. Maybe there. And then they can just deal with silo stuff. I'll probably split the network, the bot network, so there's top supply and bottom supply, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Either way. Add supply you. There. Activity. Time passed. N. All good. Split off. Does it only work on left hard drive? Not on right hand drive, and somehow got no pathing. Split off? I don't think I did one of these for the oil train. Oh, hang on. It's kind of important. Should work for right hand drive. Just for right hand drive instead of you'd be coming up this lane and then going out that lane instead of the other way around. So the split off would look like well, I can actually do it for right hand drive now. I've got this thing. Something. That would be everything. So yeah, you're coming down here and then coming down and going up. Then you would be coming down this way. Have the chain there, then a regular there. Yeah, that's it. That should work. Conceptually, yeah. Goes in, comes out. Unless there's something else going on. Hello, train. Alright, next step, we need to update all these. These are getting a little out of control. And it didn't want to work, I might be wrong. A few days ago when you worked on it. There might have been something else at play. That's what it's making me think. Add greater than 1. So there should be 2, 3, 3, 6, 9, 10 paxes. 11. Because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stops. Hurry up and paste this thing down, damn it. In your own time. This train's up to. Oh, they're still going there. It's not like there's a massive construction queue going on or anything. I'm taking this thing. Yeah, this thing's starting to fill. I might need a bit of a storage here for the stuff that comes out. 4 chests or something to hold on to the dull rocks. Also, I keep getting the shiny and the dulls the wrong way around. I thought 235 was the crap stuff and 238 was the good stuff in real life. Have I got it the wrong way around? I thought 238 was the really difficult to get stuff. And 235 was what traditionally was enriched to get something easily fissile. 238's the more naturally occurring. Well, 235 is the enriched. Okay, I do have it backwards then. Welcome, Dad need help again? Just sorting out all the Zoom stuff. Or the teams, whatever it is. Whatever's the poison these days. No matter. Say. Alright, this could benefit from a little bit of that electricity stuff. Factorio matches IRL. Yeah, I just had it backwards. For some reason I keep thinking it's 235 was the crap stuff. And 238's the byproduct. Why am I upside down? Because I'm in Australia. I can compensate for the hemisphere by doing that. There. But sometimes it gets stuck halfway in between. And then, oop, now I got both. Now it's back. Exclamation mark upside down. Alright, it's done. Manual, you've got the orders. So 2. What was it? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. I'm going to turn this one on, and then they'll start redistributing themselves. Upside down, upside down. Good old Mr. Squiggle. That's something I haven't seen in a long time. That show was cancelled, I think, in the late 90s. They come. Oh, you're done. Stone's done. That's a bit of a problem, actually. I need to bring stone into the ME now. The high operator. You're doing. Player's in the way. How dare he? Why don't you use bots? The player never gets in the way. 4. Unfinished build prototype? Oh yeah, we're looking at blue, and then it was like, military needs to go there. And then it was like, okay, so we're going to be in a bit of a problem because of just general supply. And so I was like, tell you what, I'll ghost down the outline of blue and military, and then I'll add green and red as well. So that's where we're at. I think I'm going to need to do something else while the construction queue catches up. Because the construction queue, yeah, it's massive at the minute. It's going to take a while for the construction queue to catch up. Alright, let's split these networks. Yeah, I'll split it after yellow. I'll have the other one looking after rockets and low density and everything. Even though low density is part of this. Guess we'll split that, clear that, remove that. We cut that. Alright, so that's the network split. I'll need to fix the bots. Hopefully there'll be some bots here. I'll need to move this again to make room for the silos. Oh, military? Is it still 112 red ammo grenade wall? Yeah, it is. Bots. Bots. Go there for now. These trains doing. Still sorting themselves out. Arguably, I could set it up so that there's always another train waiting, so double the number of trains. I might do that when when I've built all of the pack sites. Add an extra train. That way, never a situation where there isn't enough trains lying around. Yeah, there's always two waiting at a single stop. Alright, this one has nothing. Oh, that's why it has nothing. Don't really need that. Now it should have something. Has a lot of construction bots. What it has. Oh, incoming. How did you get... Oh, you've been to nuclear already. That's how you get fish. I was like, how did this thing get fish? Gonna be supplying military with 3 of those things. You want some intermediate assembling. I was going to do intermediate assembling right next to it. Or below it, really. If I was to come down to here, where this forest mysteriously turned into burnt trees, I have no recollection as to how that happened. It's, it was a particularly hot, pollution is causing some significant heating of the atmosphere around here. So... What did I say it was? I can't remember what the military was now. 2 by... Oh... Red's meant to be 11 knots, because I still had to set to 2 outputs per craft. Military's 12. Oh, your beacons are actually too high. That's too low, actually. So I need to move... purple up a bit. Live there. I'm not going to be able to do the whole thing right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bleh. 6. 11. Got it in the end. 11? 12. Think of the other one. Then immediately underneath is there. The stuff to supply. Why do I always get designs for smelters when you're laying in bed? It's the way it goes, isn't it? You always come up with the best designs when you lie down. It's like right when you want to go to sleep. It's like no, you don't. SSD for your laptop. How bad is it? I haven't actually had Actually, it's probably very bad. I haven't had a laptop with a spinning disk for quite a while. My current laptop is actually from 2015, and it was end of line. It was a 2014 model, and the only saving factor of it is the SSD. Otherwise, it's painfully slow. Yeah, this is actually needs to be doubled. There. Pretty sure that's needed too. I don't know, we'll find out. Seven, 10. Yeah, pushing the clocks isn't worth it on a laptop. I've found it just can't. It very rarely. It's very rare that any laptop can maintain it. Yeah, it does cover. Does too. No, it's just purple that needs to be shifted by one. Like that. Three in the way. How dare you? Yep. So lift the whole thing up. And it'll help redistribute everything else. See, laptops with high end GPU, CPUs, and terrible cooling. Although, arguably, these days it's technically... Oh, we don't want to follow. Oh, the spiders are probably coming down here now. Yeah, they are. Whether I want them or not. Back there. Base is 2.5, also playing Factorio, need the clock to try and get. It's just not worth worrying about. Because it'll never sustain it. Although, something that old, 4000 series, can't even... They turbo differently. They can't... I don't think they can actually... They're like time limited to boosting. Or something. I don't actually remember now. They got some really. I just remember they have some really annoying restrictions on the boosting, or the frequency stepping. I don't actually remember what it is now. I can remember the 5000 series CPU having a similar thing. It's too bad I can't make all the substations line up. The 22 nanometer. Foosh, how you doing? Good morning. Yeah, the 4000 series, 4th gen 4000s are pretty old. They're pretty dated now. I'm pretty sure 5th, isn't 5th just the 4th? It's like it's like a bastard child that's of the 4th gen, but not quite 6th gen. Just woke up, good to see you alive. Ah, excellent. Like you're having a nice, good sleeping because it's almost lunchtime. You look supplied, almost. Fat stongs. Still busy with science? Yeah, we've almost reached the end of it though. We're just waiting on materials to get sent in. So might find something else to do for now. The Gen is 14 with the 22 architecture. Oh, it was the TikTok thing. Because it was Haswell E or something, the code name. I gotta avoid, pretty much I gotta avoid, Biter Island. I gotta avoid doing construction for now. Alright, I think the next step is to deal with that. We'll push the artillery further out. We're actually adding bots to your network. Yes, yes you are. Yeah, yes, right. I modified it to do that. Yeah, you've added bots. Excellent. Just research more rowdy range. That's easy. That's how you fix it. Just research more range. Sure. There we go. That'll get it done. Next, I remember 5000 all 5000 did was make an incremental increase on 4000 and add DDR4. That was all it did. Whee! Now this thing is... Come back here. You should be full of laser turrets and walls, and you are. Doesn't request those though. I don't know, will that make a request? There we go. It needs to actually have, it needs the slots here to request into there, to auto insert or transfer, whichever you prefer. I think a new Intel naming scheme, just throw even more numbers at the problem. It's a little irritating, it's a little confusing. Alright. Move shooty place 1. Maybe I should start with shooty place 4. I'll push it out further. Not a lick of sense. I'll start over there. And what I'll do is I'll build it there. And then this one can go like there. I might need another one, like 2 of them. I need to see where the next water boundary is. And then I can start... The next step is also to start actually drawing an outer base boundary. Core i7 1165 G7. That's the one. That's the one that I couldn't think of the name of before. Yeah, it's... I mean, it's a very functional naming scheme. It's just not a very memorable naming scheme. Right, let's cut you. It is the most engineering naming scheme of a plant you could possibly think of. The most engineering way of doing it. $10,900K. It's no better or worse. I mean, it's a little bit more descriptive. It's just a pain to keep track of because it's more like a catalog part number than something meaningful. I mean, the problem Intel has is that they're just too many numbers in the convention they use just has too much fluff in it. Like I get what they're going at with the new naming with that naming scheme because it's breaking it down. The problem is it's like a catalog part number where you would index that part if you're going through a catalog rather than like a consumer product. Which I guess makes sense on Intel's for what Intel does, because that would work for their business customers who would go through a catalog. Surely ordering the i9 10900K. That's the new fast one, isn't it? The new 9900, 9800, 9900. I don't know. There's been so many going on lately. So many numbers. Mean so little. Remember when i7's, the i series was only 3 numbers? They do it on purpose, you know. To keep everyone confused. And to keep product catalogs clogged. i7 920. Ooh, a vintage. I have my first one somewhere. 2600. i7 2600. Revision 2. It wasn't revision 1, fortunately. Although it still had SATA problems. The SATA ports on it, particularly the SATA 3 ones, had a bad habit of just randomly disconnecting from the system. Very kind of it to just do that. I do realize there's Behemoth here too. I'm kind of hoping the bots will build the laser turrets fairly quickly. Now that it's got their attention. Please bots, build the power. There you go. Bots. Thank you, bots. That is the true indication the bots are uprising. Is when the biter threat is there, and they won't build the defenses. Core 2 Duo 1 gig RAM for DBA work up to she retired 2018. Holy crap. Depends which Core 2 Duo though. Pastebin 2 SpaceX on a i7 2600. Yeah, you're gonna want a bit of an upgrade on that one. Like the uplift in performance is massive. Like you're gonna see like I'm leaning on saying like over 50%. You're looking more towards like an 80% speed increase. If that really means anything. Artillery death die. Yeah, so this is artillery death snake's hole. Death noodle time. Right. Where's the missing track? There. Thanks, bot, for doing a backup right now. Reach. This is why you should always trim the greenery around your tracks. Right, spider, come down here. Bots. What's wrong with you? Rat it. It's noodle time. Yeah, Office had 4th Gen i3, 4 gig laying unused. That's actually, they're actually quite a lot faster. Not really surprising though at the same time. That's very poorly managed IT infrastructure. Usually, it's usually a higher level management issue when that happens. I'm going to make a very poor assumption that I don't need the back end like that. Is there anything out there? It is. That's a worm. Hi, worm. Glad to see you. Wormy Wormington. Brady Rees running i5 2500. Wow. Yeah, that's the i5 version of my old one of my first i7. Venom 2. Hey, the noodles here. I didn't actually see if it was full. Oh, it's got 12k, so it'll be pretty close. Delightful. I think it's safe to say that we've obliterated everything within range. Just make it easier time for the laser turrets. Ah, I missed. Ooh. Who earns? Alright, let's do a little bit of exploring. Yeah, how I always say, you should never use artillery to explore. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh, it's only a little puddle. I'm sad. Oh, look at that. They went round the cliff to then almost go round the wall. What kind of artillery was that? This is... Well, it's just artillery. Make some scatter. Yeah, just artillery. Oh, good. Clear. Alright, let's start from the top and work our way round. Ain't the place in explosives. Oh, where did they go? Oh, that's just rude, that is. That's rude. I need to hurry up, then. Look how the game's just eating. Just sucking right now. Just need to make more death happen more faster. And get to the other shooting place pretty quick. This is what I normally do in between sessions as well. I do a lot of this in between in between streams. How far away is the spider? It's coming. That's a lot of biters. That's a lot of biters. It's not going to be a lot of biters for long. Here we go. There's no kill, just like overkill. This is where auto-targeting is handy. A little bit more thorough. A lot of bots are going to get lost in the process. Pretty cool shooting, yeah. The trouble is you can't do it by default. You got to modify your keybinds so you can actually do it. It's very wasteful on shells though. Like a lot of excess shells get sent to nowhere. Don't do anything. At least they help kill. The excess shells do help kill the biters though. I mean, it does evaporate bases pretty well. Oh. You can see how quick it paints them down though. Excellent. Terrifying amount of ordnance. It's the right amount of ordnance. Spawners. I think I'm either out of bots or I'm out of repair packs. Or both. Right, spider dealt with that. Uh-oh. Where are you going? That's a mega migration of biters right there. Alright, let's deal with these here. Problem can't be solved with explosives, you aren't using enough explosives, exactly. Even a worm survived. How dare they? Ugh. See, some survived, therefore I didn't use enough. Alright, let's see what we've still got out here. That is nowhere near thoroughly killed enough. That's terrible. Be completely obliterated off the face of the map. It's interesting how if you don't completely destroy a base, the biters don't attack the artillery train. They only attack if the entire thing's destroyed. Yeah, they only seem to. Otherwise, they seem to go back to sleep. Even if there's still a few worms, it still seems to class it as a base region for them. He's scorched earth. Reform the base if they stick around. Oh yeah, if expansion was on, they would. Kind of weird how that works. Where you have one stray biter behind. Remember the old days where you have one biter behind your lines. If you leave it stray, it eventually converts it into a new base because it becomes part of a expansion party. Even without expansion, I've never seen that happen. I've only ever seen it happen with expansion on. Either the game deletes the biter or... Damn it all. Yeah, out of it. Those modules are precious, you know. Sure that's... thing anymore that exists on the map. I've seen stray biters get garbage collected and not vanish. Yeah, I've seen them just vanish most of the time. At least these days. Certainly back in version 14. I can remember there's quite a few times where I find a stray biter that's in the process of finding either formed the new base or the reason why I know it is because I've actually caught them in the process of. Still there. That looks like a spawner. Otherwise, I think that's it. I'll give that a bit of a wink. Just to clear the red of the map. Oh, look at that. Wonder if it's time we installed nuclear artillery. Are you heading out, Hank? Alright, have a good one. Shall carry on. Destruction. Right, I'm gonna send the Freedom train home. I think this area should be able to survive on its own. The bulk of the big biter collections should be dead. I need to push a train haul out to here. What I'll do is I'll tap it in here. Because this might end up being part of the wider outposting network. Alright, so I do wish that the expansion area respected the fact they can't expand over water. Oh yeah, that they can get pretty aggressive on that, can't they? You can tell I'm missing a few bots now. It can get a bit dumb. What I can do is at least ghost this stuff down. Aim for. Probably about there. Might be best. Just aim for the shroud and push out. Hopefully there's some dividing water around here. That what I would like. What's the goal for this game? Just saw the trailer thingy on YouTube for it. So the goal of this game, the more broad goal of this game is to build. So you've crash landed on an alien world. You start with limited resources, and what you have to do is build your way up to building a rocket so you can launch yourself off the world. More coming in, getting into more detail into the game. Basically, the game goal is to build a factory to make stuff, which then in turn use that stuff to make expand the factory to make even more stuff, and then it keeps on. The cycle continues. You want to keep building more stuff to make more factory, to build more stuff, to make more factory, to build more stuff. And what happens is, in the process of doing that, you lose track of time. So you start playing. If you start playing on a Tuesday, suddenly it's a Friday, and you haven't slept in days. Also, I can't help but notice there's some biters here. Yeah, it's fairly accurate. Have I missed anything? The game itself is derived from Minecraft, or the idea of Minecraft. You know, you start in survival with nothing, and then you grow from there. Oh, bye, spider. It has Spidertron? Oh yeah, you have a Spidertron in this. Felt more like StarCraft, but without the fighting. It's got a bit of a fighting element with the biters, which is definitely StarCraft, Zerg, or Starship Troopers. Got a Starship Troopers angle going on. But it's fairly minimal. It's more about the base building, really. And what happens is it's a more hardcore technical version of Satisfactory in a way, although Satisfactory came later. But Satisfactory follows a similar sort of idea. Just that Satisfactory focuses more on the exploration than the actual base building and optimizing. Whereas this game, it's all about you build something and then you say, I can optimize this. Like if I move that belt there and put this transport belt there, you know, if I go there to there and then there, And then suddenly it's this little bit better. And just keep on doing that indefinitely. It's just constantly moving things around, making it better. Did actually happen to me. I think I started on a Monday though, and then it was suddenly Thursday. Why did I put rockets in you? I honestly swear I put rockets in that Spidertron. Or has it used them all already? Probably has. No? Oh, it's not set to fire, that's why, because I had nukes in it before. That's why. There we go. The game was based on two old Buildcraft, Industrial Craft, which was the two classic mods at the time. 2012 was Buildcraft, Industrial Craft. That was the era of those two mods in particular. Excellent. More int calculation. It's memory bandwidth limited. I'm not sure which one that relates to specifically. Just curious to see more of this now. So this playthrough is fairly endgame. So this is fair, and I'm also doing stuff that's pretty out of track. Pretty endgame. Like I'm doing endgame stuff. I've gone all the way through the tech tree. I've done all the non-infinite tech. Back a step. Two. Like artillery is like the one of the final military forms you can have. Like doomsday tech. Make sure that approach is done. Make sure power connects. Not having power connected is kind of a disadvantage. Start throwing down laser turrets right next to biters like that. Bites like to bite. What do you see him do? Won't have for a while. Yeah, you won't have artillery. You won't. Artillery's very endgame. It's right at the end of the military tech tree. You have more track? No, don't. I'm shocked. The construction bots certainly do help with life. They're sort of midway through the tech tree. Not to toot the own horn on this playthrough, but this playthrough is on. I put all the VODs on YouTube, so you can, if you want to see if this map started out, you can see that on YouTube. If you're curious enough to watch all the hours of footage. Boy, you did chop the trees by hand, yes. And it sucked. It sucked as much as it sounds. It's as bad as it sounds. Actually, realistically, you wouldn't even cut this many trees by hand. You'd probably just burn them and come back. Or maybe shoot them with rockets or something. Find some other way of destroying them en masse. Cutting them by hand is just so painful. I think that's done. Excellent. Alright, you can have... I'll take your wood. Exchange... and take these back. Sounds like a fair trade, I say. Oh yeah, grenades. I always forget grenades are very much an option. So that red cloud that you just briefly saw is pollution. So the factory, everything you do with the factory, this is how the bio cycle works. Everything you produce, every machine produces pollution, which is represented by this radiating cloud. Pollution has a number of effects on the map. Most notably, it kills trees. These are... It's actually not a very good example. My stuff's being eaten again. An example where, like, these green trees turn very much not green. I'll find an example. If I can. Trouble is, I've pretty much destroyed all trees. And there trees are in the way. Oh, yeah, these are kind of... Yeah, see, these are... There's no leaves left on them. Yeah, these are actually dead. They used to look a lot more visually distinct. Yeah, see how like the pollution has caused the trees to die off, which means they absorb less pollution. So trees absorb pollution. You can actually see it somewhat, yeah. Like here, you see the trees here are actually blocking it. So you can use forests to your advantage. The trouble is eventually the pollution kills it and then it loses that edge. Yeah, you can actually see there's forest there, and you see there's a very definite boundary that is caused. The other thing is the pollution annoys the bioters, and that's why that's being attacked, because the pollution is absorbed by the bioters, and it annoys them. And that's how the bioters work in this game, basically. Is you crash land and start producing stuff, which in turn produces pollution, which then annoys the bioters and gets their attention. And then they want to destroy what's producing it. And yeah, trees don't grow back without mods. That's fine. Trees are so abundant. And no one really likes trees anyway. Yeah, that's the extent of Bitus on this. Admittedly, it's fairly simplistic. But it's effective loop. It keeps you on your toes. Down to 25 million. How are we looking over here? You're almost supplied. Excellent. We can actually have a look at that soon. We'll do the artillery and then... I gotta do the artillery first anyway. I was going to say then by the time I do the artillery it will be 2 hours and then I've got to think about stopping, but I think we can go overtime. I can afford to go overtime again. This hasn't been built though. What are you building? I mean, it's crafting. Probably not getting them on the train. Oh, the train's right there. Find out. Train might be too full. Train. Lindsay B throwing down that following. One in. Yeah, removing all the trees is bad for pollution because it pushes the pollution out. Even desert is also bad. So the different tiles have different effects on pollution. So trees and greenery generally absorbs more than desert does. Desert generally doesn't absorb much at all. And that's why I've got a problem down here because this sandy desert is just pushing it out and out and out like crazy. You can see here where it's green, or yeah, here where it's green, it's not going out very far compared to here where it's just all of the growth. Yeah, desert and water are pretty bad. Although water, I think, got a bit of a buff recently. I think. Don't quote me on that. In version 17. 3,000 bots. I do something dumb. I doubt this is actually going to help it. Nope, it's just going to go to 3,000 in use. Bot charging limited now, I think. That's why throwing bots at it doesn't work. That's the thing, yeah, see they're all charging here. We're waiting to charge. I could help it by putting in more roboports. About the best way. Lord Vincent throwing down that Prime sub. Thank you very much for that. Congratulations on unlocking the best koala emotes available on Twitch. I'm definitely not biased in any way, shape or form in saying that. Thank you very much for that. Deeming that Prime for some excellent koala emotes. That help things. Hasn't helped things. Yeah, getting bots to charge is the limiting factor on bot networks. If they can't charge, they've got to wait to charge. Well, they spend most of their time waiting to charge. That's why this is a really it's why this is a really bad design. It's when they finish pushing everything out of the network. I could probably help it along. Yeah, there we go. Probably help it along with some buffer chests over here. Because it'll generally want circuits around here. I could also help it by moving storage closer. But I have a long-term... I'm holding off on doing it now, but I do have a plan for it in long-term. I need it producing it for now, though. I don't want to touch it. When the base gets more closer to being done, we'll fix it up. Hello, train. How's the artillery train looking? Of 7,000, okay. Gotta have your bot army. Where are we going? There, it's not even named. Here we go. Oh yeah, trains generate pollution too. You wouldn't want to get away in the way of this thing too, making this thing stop. It's still accelerating. The couple are extending out. What are we up to? We're up to 200. Nearly up to top speed. There we go. Whee! Manual driving. Just ask Colonel Will. Is that Big Bertha? This is a Kraken. This is bigger than a Big Bertha. I think this is 4 times as big as the original Big Bertha. Meep meep. Alright, we're almost there. What is the loco wagon count? It's 120 artillery guns. And 32 locos. Oh, it's already firing. Oops. Alright, now I can pull in. Science fiction book series where big ships have funny names. 4 times larger but the same footprint roughly on outposts. Yeah, coiling it up makes it really tiny. Makes the footprint of it really tiny. It also means most of the guns cover the same area. I love it coiling in. It's quite a spectacle. Alright, fighters obliterated, more or less. Everything within auto range. Now we deal with everything outside of auto range. Good old-fashioned creeping barrage. Oh, train. What? You said you could leave. Just noped out of here. Better turn around. Oh, that's quite a few. Hopefully those targeting things will stay relevant. Yeah, I gave it a temp waypoint. I should have blocked it. I should have blocked its ability to escape. I also forgot to stop it. That too would help. I won't go away now though. Nope, it's firing. Again. Oh, okay, there's still stuff in range. There we go. Alright, what do we got over here? A few mystery puddles of biters. Oh dear. Alright, just do a little bit of exploratory artillery. As I always say, you should never use artillery for exploration. Do as I say, not as I do. Ooh, there's water there. Is it a big one? Not really. Maybe. I think that might be a valid choke point though. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Moving swiftly along anyway. Shy, how you doing? Shy, lost and confused. Eee. Oh, Joe. Yong. Cole's gonna yell at you? Why would he do such a thing? That doesn't sound very nice. Did you stab him in Among Us by chance? What did you do? Or what did Cole do? Ooh, blame it on Cole. Started the Factorio thing, are we gonna do it together? It's my turn to Spaghetti Factorio. It's your turn. So what you need to do in that case is find all of the fish you can and fill his inventory with as much fish as possible. How do you fish? You right click on fish in lakes, which are well, there's not really any examples because I've mined them all. Yeah, these little black things, they're the fish. You just hold down the right mouse button on them. Got angry and built the mines. Life has been a lie. And then you can use the bots to get them for you. That's what I do. As I just get all the fish and then fill his inventory with fish. What do they give to you? As far as the game goes, they only heal you, but for the most part, there's no real purpose to them. Yeah, fish give health. It's like the opposite of what this artillery does to biters. I'm delivering anti-health to biters right now. Oh yeah, they can be used for Spidertrons now too. That is true. The only way to bomb is to carpet bomb. Seems a little bit overkill. You can barely see ground underneath all of the explosions, the mat of explosions. Love the smell of exploded biter first thing in the morning. You're vaging it. Okay. Um, yeah, so we've got a big artillery train and we're just blowing things up right now. It is an accurate username. It's accurate for what's going on. Oh, they ran away. They ran away. Oh wait, I still got all over there to do. Oh, we're still hitting... Oh, it's more work. It's a mood? State of being? Permanent state of being. That is, isn't it? Oh, it's out of range. Looks like I'm running low on wagons with shells in them too. Told you not to shine. Peacekeeping... Intercontinental shell fire, I guess you could call it. Yeah, don't spread out. I want to blow you up. Now I've got to blow up at least a decent number of them. Frank exchange of ideas. Friendly green spider. Oh, you know what happened last time I did that? I left the thing on auto-targeting and left it to its own devices. Blew itself up. Alright, let's make this base disappear and we should be pretty well done. Yeah, I gave it nukes. Because I was manually controlling it and then I got out and then I left auto-targeting on. So as soon as I got out it just started rapid firing it. They're a little bothered by the situation that's going on right now. Can't build a giant death machine and not give it nuclear weapon. No, you can't. You really can't. It would be careless not to give an armored death machine nuclear weapons. Oh yeah, standard rockets are more than enough with the 4 cannons. The 4 launches it has. Kind of want to see what a Spidertron with 4 machine guns does. Or like 2 machine guns, 2 rockets. That'd be interesting. So many resources. Oh yeah. A lot of plastic and explosives and oil go into these. But it's for the greater good, so it's all good. See, that was only 4 there. 25. I'm low on ammo. 17, 23. $300. 200. There you go. See how much it goes down, the rate of fire, towards the end. Gotta go, gotta grab coffee, see you in one squad. Alright, have a good one, Frosh. Art Frosh. Art Fosh. 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. I think it's just down to 1. Done. That's a big swarm of biters. And I still got to deal with down there too. I suppose grab my spider squad. Why are you complaining? You're out of... Huh? Huh? Oh. Shinies. Oh, because yeah, because this needs to take from here. It needs like a bypass. I'm tempted to convert this over to bots at this point. Just have it how I like it. Captain Squeezy going on in. Don Tito. Oh, bye train. Don Tito gets to stay forever. There's a bonus. Oh, that's a bad sound. You go over there, please. Very, very quickly. Hopefully this place will defend the line. Supply train has to wait for a while. Yeah. I should have jumped out before getting here. These poor bots. I'm getting dizzy. What does it get? 120, 240, 480, 600, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. Not bad. Yeah, about 1,500 was stored, bottled up. Blocked by the go. Oh, right. I didn't actually see that. That's very rude. There's a lot of modules being killed right now. Not that it matters at this point in the game. What are we looking at? Oh, lots. That's what we're looking at. Tell you what. For now, I'm going to ignore it. I won't deal with it in between end of this and next time. I'll deal with it in between sessions again. Also, I should set up right. Yeah, I'll deal with it in between sessions again. Hopefully the spiders should be able to keep them under control for now. As long as it's still like 2 or 3 biters, 1 to 3 biters, it'll be okay. And following a train. You like watching them die? Yeah, I'd like progression as well, is the only thing. Hang on a minute. Never mind. Just keep on going. I have a lazy solution. After our stream? Oh, I could do that. A non-recorded one. Bonus one. Or later today, I'm going to need to do... Ooh, Reedstead, dropping in that anniversary lurk. Like later today. There it is. The 14 month.
Moyodlurk, 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 moyodlurk.
Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. 14 months. Damn. There's some love and hype in chat for the 14 months of lurking. That's quite a streak right there. Alright, this thing. Seeing as though we can get it out of the way. Yeah, it was output on a single blue lane, and I think... like ammo or grenades can go on like a red belt. Kinda kills the need for that, actually. What I can do is copy... hastily. Paste. Itchy nosy. No undergroundies. That should do it. The bot should deal with the rest. Oh, you know what else I can do? Is piss away even more undergrounds. Doing that, and then I can cram the substations in, which we know and love. The supply train, both sides, or both, technically both sides, but I think this one isn't. Oh, it is. Oh, it's calling for undergrounds. Yeah, what for? It's not going to get any. Because the other side is, the science side is first. This one's going to get all of them first. This one's calling for undergrounds and beacons and crap as well. Right, so this thing... we need to make wool. We need to make grenades. Somewhere, somehow, there it is. One of these needs to make that, and one of these needs to make that. Doubling, technically, yes, I am doubling the request. But both of them do need it, need the stuff and the junk to do the thing. I mean, either way, it's not going to get any. Oh, you know what? I knew it. Get out of here. Every damn time. But I fix that. I can't tell what's going on. Oh, we can see what's going on now. Does that actually help if I turn that off? Not really. Yeah, that should fix it. I mean, when the bots decide to replace that inserter... Face has become pixelated. Like, oh, yeah, it's pretty nasty, isn't it? Alright, enough of that. So wool just needs brick, you need coal and iron. So it's something along the lines of this. That. In no particular order is brick, iron, copper, steel, and coal. Coal. Is that it? Iron, copper, steel, iron, copper, steel, iron and coal, and brick. Yep, that's it. So you need to get 5 resources up here. The follow-up question is, can I supply it all with a single belt? Boop. Burp. That's power. 15.9. It's a good thing I'm expanding nuclear. Did they ever fix this? Sort of. Not really. I mean, stuff and junk is sorta happening. That'll do 2 tiles then. Away with ye. How large is the nuclear now? It's 20 reactor stamps. No, 24, sorry. Because it's 6 by 4. In your own time. Alright, it's not going to do it while I'm watching. It's gone all shy. So... one wall thing should supply it. Let's see. What are we at? 12 by 10? Yeah, 12. put a dull raw belt on the top part of the splitter. I need a bypass for the shiny. That's the problem. So wall will be on that, on the blue. Wall on the, so the wall needed is 792 a minute, 800 a minute. Which is 5.5. What is it actually? 8.75. I think it's 1.5. Never mind. Well, I think it was 1. 1 produces plenty. What's its input? Was like 5. Yeah, 5. 0.8. The concerning thing is I need 2 belts. Even for what I need. Yeah, it needs 2 belts of brick. Okay. And 1 output, isn't it? Yeah, it's 1. What are the other ones? Grenades is... They're 8 seconds for 10 and 5. So 8 or 10. You only need 300, so that's like... Six. Oh, 393 out of 396. 7. That also needs a lot. A lot is the answer to that. Dark Bed, hello, you're back. Hello. What's the other one? 5. That's 1. Hmm. Okay. The stream is attractive. I'm getting some subtext here. catching a hint of something here. A hint or two. Trouble is, you got to compete with Rekka. I think Rekka was was second for volume of compliments. What's the time? 1 o'clock. It's gonna need a lot more thinking than I have time for. I mean, I could potentially make a start on looking at the other one, but yeah, I'm running out of time. Already half an hour over again. And this thing's pretty much the same, only it just needs engines at the beginning. Look like I'm blushing a bit. Could be a put on. Engines, do the enginey thing, into the thingy thing. Too much thinking's needed. Looks more cute. Why, thank you. I really don't want to do the numbers for it now. I really don't want to. Kind of want to eat lunch, really. Kind of what I really, really want. .404, calculation not found. Yeah, I mean, lunch is important, huh? Lunch is... Sometimes doing doing something other than this game is easier. What did I say? It was 28. I don't know, something like that. 33. Ooh, it's a long one. 30, 29, 28. Stupid long. All of the long. Have I said long enough yet? Long, long, long? Fictional not found. Affection deleted. Master imposter time. You're making mac and cheese. Ooh. I'll probably do leftovers. It's usually what I do. Maybe? I don't know. Has this thing fixed itself? Almost. But now. For now it's fixed. Shrimp Alfredo. Sounds like the perfect feed for a cat. Kinda want a snack, but you have nothing around. Ooh, garlic bread. Does sound pretty nice. I'm not a fan of shrimp and prawns though, personally. It's alright, it's just a lot of... It has a taste of a lot of seawater in it. I think I've just had too much of it over time. Over the years. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave it there for today. I'm kinda stalling, trying to avoid doing tasks now. That sounds like something an imposter would say, wouldn't it? Isn't it? So, yeah, let's hold that here. Hold that train.